GT3 M3 and a video that I'm actually very excited I'm very excited to make, because today I'm off to Octane Collection to drive a bucket list Ferrari. It's a Ferrari that's received a lot of hype. Mr. See-Through Glass obviously has one of these cars and he's been banging on about how good it is. He's a massive fan of them, and personally I've never really got it because I've never driven one. So now is the time where I'm going to put that to the test. I'm going to see if it's just hype or it's actually as good as everyone says it is. So I'm off to drive a 360 Challenge Stradale. I thought I'd get my M3 out. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've driven this. It's fresh from a service at BMW. It's just so much fun. I've missed this car. They've always got some amazing stuff at Octane. It's never a dull moment with the guys down there. So I'm very excited to see what they've got going on. And they've always got some surprises as well. They've always just got things that just pop up and they're like, oh, that's just come in. So we'll see. Sorry, I actually can't drive sensibly in this car at all. There's downshifts, it's good. Right. Oh God. Right, lead me to it and let's catch up there. We're then safe and sound. I love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. Some of you remember I did a video fitting, in inverted commas, a carbon spoiler to this. It didn't get fitted. Some of you sussed in the video, I just threw the thing away. It was, yeah, I actually like it without. So it's kind of almost a touring vibe on there now, which I like. Big fan of this car, big fan, and obviously you've just heard what it sounds like. Massive laughs in that. I mean, then that's just come in for stock, 991.2 GT3 RS, absolutely loaded. Lovely car. There is a lot to get through in here. Challenge Stradale here, we're going to get that out in a bit. That is one of 5 Nero Challenge Stradales made for the UK market. Very rare car, very collectible, very excited about that. Right, where to start? I think I've covered some of these cars before. Some of these are here basically in storage. Pretty much everything's for sale though. We've got Singer here, very nice car. Very nice commission this, with kind of dark red interior. Lovely thing. We've got Bad Boys 3.6 turbo there. That is up for sale. I think that's about 450k. Look at that. Look at those arches. Doesn't really get much cooler than that. And collectible Porsches go. That is up there. We've got 2 993 RS's here. Everything's on the Octane site, by the way, so I'm rushing around everything. That is a very well-known car, awesome piece of kit. Carrera GT's just come in, black car, black interior, houndstooth with green sort of pepita in there, very nice. That's a metallic black car as opposed to solid black like my one. That has actually just had the work done at Reading, so that is good to go, and I think that's around between 1.2 and 1.3. They've actually said they're pricing that one very keenly, which is a very good price. I don't think that will last long. Got a few people after those. LFA, that's around 800, 850 I think, maybe 900 thereabouts. I've actually driven that car. Got a 992 GT3 here in bronze gold metallic. Interestingly, or not that interesting, this is the colour that I actually wrapped or dipped my Carrera T back in the day, my 991.2 Carrera T. I opted for this paint colour. I don't know if any of you remember that car. That's the colour. And I actually got that as a PTS colour based on the colour they brought out for the 25th anniversary of the Turbo S in China. So that is a very niche colour, and they've obviously seen my video with my Carrera T and gone for that as a PTS colour. Don't know if they have or not. That's just come in. I think that's going to be the best priced GT2 RS in the entire country. Weissach pack, yellow, belter, absolutely belter. These things they're actually rare. I think they'll do well collectability wise, and I think that will be coming in at around 299. So that's a hell of a car for that money. Hell of a car. These are great, and I've never actually owned one of these. I could have one of them. Larry things. We've got a 360, a standard 360 here with a manual box, right drive, very collectible. 991 RS, 997 RS Gen 1. Again, these are very good, and I keep telling people They were made in very, very few numbers. They are very collectible, and I think these are going to be good news going forward, as are the 996 RSs, which you've obviously got next to it there as well. Very collectible cars. This 599 GTO's just come in. I think it's a historic livery based on a 250 that's out there somewhere. I think I might have made that up. A car known to Octane, and that's just come in pre-photos, pre-pricing on the internet. So if you fancy that, get in touch with the guys here. That is a stunning car, all painted, this historic livery, rich. You've all seen a Sesto Elemento here before, but if you want one of these, give the guys a shout. I think that's our best part of 3.5, 4 million quid. Lovely. XJR 15, casual. So cool, these, so cool. Even that badge is rich. We've also got Millennium Heroes here as well, and Fast Classics, so we always have some other very interesting bits. ZM, is that what they're called? I've forgotten. Got 3 CSLs there. Spider RS, kind of a mini CGT. And we've also got a CGT here as well. I actually know the owner of this car. Very, very cool guy, properly drives his cars. Absolute hero of a bloke, and that is a lovely, lovely spec. I think it might be midnight blue, potentially. Start blue anyway. Tan interior. What's not to like? Serious bits in there. SEC there with Fast Classics. It's a pre-merger AMG. Deep dish wheels. Look at that, 3-door. Right, we're going to do the length of the showroom now. That is very cool. 993 Turbo. Lovely. Very nice. Wow. Because in a slight turn of events, I was in here. I did a lap before I started filming. I'm actually already running a finance quote with Charles and Dean, believe it or not, on, maybe one day, this. I'm running a finance quote on this. This is not something that I planned to put in the video. This is not something I planned to do. I didn't know it was here, but I got here and I was absolutely struck by this. Look how pretty that is. It's a 250 Pininfarina coupe. You've got the Colombo V12 in there. Proper 250 engine. Manual, and this has had a full resto and recommission. So I'm now currently running the numbers with the guys at Charles and Dean and potentially trading in my GTC 4 Lusso against this. I want to know your thoughts on this. That is so cool, and actually I think these are really good value for what they are. It's had absolutely everything done to it, and that two-tone paint. How cool is that? And I can hear almost 60s Ferraris own. I can almost hear Ferrari owners right now crying, saying, TG, please do not ruin these for everyone. But how good is that? So I'm running the numbers on that with Charles and Dean, see what the finance quote comes out like. But I did have a hole in the garage. I was thinking about getting an XJ220, and I still do want one. And I think one's still going to have to happen. I think in terms of Ferrari ownership, I'm a little bit bored of the modern Ferrari thing, so I think I might go backwards. The numbers come out okay. We might look to get a trade-in done and get this done. I mean, talk about sporadic. I mean, the Lusso was a sporadic purchase, and I haven't really got any use out of it. But as a wafter, look how good that is. It's had a 300 grand resto done on it. Absolutely everything is wanted for nothing. The ownership's impeccable. And I think these are the last sort of 250 lineage cars to go bonkers. Very popular in the States and Canada, but lagging behind in Europe. And I think this is going to be a relatively good shout for the long term. It's a long car, it's 4.7 meters long, so it's not too long that it doesn't fit in the garage. But width-wise, it's about 1.7. So actually, it's quite a small car, which would suit the garage at my house very well. Well, I'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, we're going to go find Fraser then and jump in something else with the prancing horse on it. So the reason I'm here then, because I am, as I say, hankering for another Ferrari. We've got Fraser. He's back on the channel. He's going to be in the car in a second. He's just pulling the 360 Challenge Stradale out. He's got a slightly apprehensive look on his face. I don't give him that much notice anymore, because I know that if I do give him a lot of notice, he'll pull a sickie on the day I turn up, because I think he's absolutely had enough of me. But he's just going to pull this out here. Christ! God, they look good. Here she is. Right-hand drive car. What a thing. Proper analog, cool. Handbrake. Those flags, which are just the richest things in the world. Old school stereo. What more do you need? Carbon door skins. Carbon on the side sills there. And carbon backed bucket seats as well. So good. Got that NA V8 right behind your ears. And actually one of my favourite features on all of this kind of generation car and the 430 Scud is when Ferrari were having a go about their F1 success on all their road cars. Just the coolest little plaque. Here we are then. Initial thoughts then. It's like a racing car. The whole thing's like,
yeah,
it's exciting.
It's very, you know, this and 996 RS. They're like in a little cocoon.
Yeah. I've already welcomed you back to the channel, by the way. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I said I don't give you that much notice anymore. I just turn up so you can't pull a sickie.
Yeah, that's alright. Someone needs to. So are you in race?
I'm not in race. Should I be in race?
No, you are in race.
Oh, I am in race. There you go. Close.
So in these, you have to be in race.
Okay.
The gearboxes are just a little bit too slow in normal mode.
Righto.
And it just tightens everything up a little bit.
What's the technique then with shifting gear on this? Is it just foot flat and then just whack the pedal, or slight lift off?
So if you're going flat out,
yeah,
you can be foot flat.
Okay.
But
if you're
just pootling like this, you want a little lift. We don't have to be all the way off. You know, you just need to drop the revs a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So like E46 CSL,
yeah,
old SMGs, that sort of thing.
So this is a completely different experience. Obviously, my only experience, I've never driven a 430 Scuderia. I've only driven a standard 458, but I did used to have a Pista. So we're going to draw some fairly questionable comparisons to this and a Pista.
The Scud is a little bit of a midpoint, as in if you want a really raw experience, you get one of these. If you want a bit more refined, you go Speciale or Pista.
Yeah.
The Scud is sort of a bit of a middle ground, which is good for some people. We'll go left up.
Righto.
Then again, like if you look at 16M, 16M looks good value to me.
Yeah, super rare car as well.
Yeah, and also, look how much V8 baby. Look how much a Speciale Aperta is now. 600, 6.5.
Crazy money.
Yeah. 16M's 350.
Wow. And there's nothing of those. 16M's, there's barely any of them around at all.
Yeah.
It is basically just like a racing car. You can hear every single piece of gravel, absolutely everything going on. There's literally nothing between you and the outside other than just carbon. How it should be, really.
Well,
the Pista felt like a Bentley compared to this.
Yeah. Well, it's that famous Ferrari saying, isn't it, where you pay for the engine and the rest of it comes for free.
So we've got slightly greasy roads today. The leaves have just started coming down. It's not you don't really want to be sat on the passenger side of a rear-wheel drive Ferrari racing car with a baboon behind the wheel. We've survived so far.
Yeah. We went on an LFA and that had about 10-year-old tyres on it, didn't it? So we were fun.
I'm a very experienced driver in that I've driven a lot of things like a grandpa.
Yeah.
And that's my jam.
Try not to shun.
Try not to. So rarity then. How many of these right-hand drive UK Challenge Ferraris were made?
UK they did 119, which is similar, as I said again, it's similar to the 996 RS, which was I think 116. Wow. So they made like none of both of them.
And I imagine a lot of these got wrapped around trees and whatnot.
Yeah. And then in total, they're quite similar. I think they're sort of 1300. I think it's 1280 something. So
wow. So F40 type numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Carrera GT type numbers.
Wow. And if you compare that to the Pista, we were looking earlier, weren't we? It's sort of what 550 or so UK Pistas. Yeah. I mean, Ferrari have been on the churn. I mean, that runs into the thousands worldwide now. So you're not really comparing apples with apples at all. It feels just so small and so nimble.
It's the lightweight of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've still got, you've still got hydraulic steering. You've got so much more feel in this.
Yeah, you feel every single bump, but not in a distracting, intrusive way. You just feel like you know exactly what's going on beneath you. This is good. Do you know what? I thought I'm going to get in this and it's going to feel like a turd box, and I'm going to think see-through glass is just being a hype man.
Yeah.
He's got no idea what he's talking about. But I get it. Sam, you're not going to be watching this, but I do get it. Even like a minute into driving this thing, it's magic.
Yeah. And it's confidence inspiring as well.
Yeah.
400.
Oh, hello.
420 horsepower. That's what's comparable to that? M2 competition and a GT4, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. What are these money-wise then? For a good one and a bad one?
There you go. So a good one, sort of low to mid twos.
Okay.
A bad one, a leggy one. They really do vary. You can buy. There's a lot of crap ones because they were cheap. They were cheap. People just used to use and abuse them. So you can get a cheap one in high ones, mid ones.
This is amazing. I genuinely love this. I prefer this to the 599 GTO, even just straight away. It feels like a much more, I feel like the car's going to shrunk around me. It feels a lot more like exploitable. Yeah. I feel a lot more confident in this than the 599 GTO.
And you're not breaking any speed limits whilst doing it.
No.
You can rev this all the way out and you're still chilling.
And I'm obviously not pushing on at all because it's not my car and I'm useless. Also, I want you guys to allow me back in. I need these videos. I need the adverts.
I think these should be a sort of a 350 car, really. They need to sit in that realm with the rest of them.
I think value retention is going to be good on these. Lewis is off to Ferrari next year.
Yeah.
The Ferrari hype train is going to be fully in the mix, and I think a lot of their new stuff is just a churn.
Yeah.
Like your 296s, your SF90s, they're absolute churns. And the sort of person that wants one of these, I don't know, they're proper car people.
Yeah.
296s and stuff, they're just guff.
Yeah, totally.
Dare I say. They're amazing, but they're not. It's not this experience, it's completely different.
Yeah, it's just an everyday commodity, isn't it?
And you'll be able to repair this going forward forever. A 296 with your hybrid and your battery packs and I don't.
Absolute microwave, you're going to go left with it.
I don't for a second know how they're going to fare over the next 15, 20 years. I just don't think they're going to have that. There we go. That gearbox is nice as well.
It's fun as long as you're on the move.
Are you worried? Are you worried?
No, I'm not worried.
Good. Do you know what? I thought also that gearbox would be a lot worse than it is. It's actually quite fun. It's kind of like you enjoy changing gears, like a visceral way of changing gears, not just a pointless process. Like PDK.
It is a manual gearbox, just you don't have a clutch and you're changing gear above.
And you can actually, as I was saying earlier, you can actually choose how you shift. You can still do a good shift and a bad shift with this box. That wasn't a great shift. And
you can perfect it. Whereas as you say, with a 296, you jump in it, anyone can drive it. And
I mean, the gear change is just a change in noise, really, isn't it? There's no real.
Totally.
I'm very, very impressed. So I was talking earlier then about like the market in general, and how you finding things. Everyone's saying, oh, the car market, it's slow, whatever. You said the past few weeks have been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it does really vary. Go on, Tom. You hear the valves open more then as well. Till up.
What a thing. Yeah, so
yeah, the market, it's a bit of an odd time at the moment. Obviously new stuff is tanking, like there's no question about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the collectible stuff and the really rare stuff, people are still willing to put cash into it because not everyone wants all their money in the bank.
No.
And also it's so much easier to see value in these than in the new stuff. Like there's always it's nice but with the new cars, you know what I mean? Whereas with these you can see there's always a lineage in how they go up, how they go down.
Yeah.
You look at the price of these and you can't help but think they look good value.
Yeah, I mean, retail prices are going absolutely ballistic now.
I mean, what's the spec up 296? 350?
Yeah.
For a coupe?
Yeah.
Spider, you're looking at late 300s? Wild money.
You can probably buy a used one for what? 200, just under?
I got offered a 296 the other day at a coupe, nicely spec car, historical paint, 185. And that was 330, 340 new.
You know what
18 months ago.
You know what is funny though, is an F8 is so much stronger.
Yeah, F8s have done well.
Yeah.
The numbers on F8s as well, there's none of them made.
No.
Which way are we going, sir?
We're going to go right.
Perfect.
And you're going to rev it now, because...
Am I now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to hear it somehow.
Try not to get T-boned by
let them go.
Ford Mondeo. Yeah, F8's kind of, they went under the radar, but I think they're the buy.
It's good, no?
It's really, 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 really good. Wow. I get it now.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I didn't have high hopes for this. I wasn't actually that excited. I thought, yeah, whatever, it's a 360 that's a bit noisier and a bit more fun.
But I think that's because it doesn't have the looks, you know?
Good.
Like, you look at the 599 GTO, and it was like, oh, it's just a 599.
Yeah.
And this is a very similar, whereas Pista Speciale, they look different. And that's one of the only drawbacks to one of these, I think. But when you're in it and you're driving it, it's
it's unreal.
flying.
Absolutely unreal. Oh, I've loved it. Perfect. Well, yeah, good stuff. I do want to chop my Lusso against something. I saw something earlier, the 60s car.
Yeah.
That 60s Ferrari. That's making a lot of sense to me right now. But then so is this now. Now I've driven this. Obviously, we're not talking apples with apples. That 60s Ferrari's 400 okay, and this is 200, early 200s,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. They'll still both have pretty solid residuals and...
Yeah, and I hate to do the residuals thing. I hate to talk about residuals the whole time, but that's more a reflection of my financial situation than me just being a scumbag.
It's just being sensible. There's no, you know.
Yeah.
Even the guys that buy these cars cash, they still think about future values, and at the end of the day, no one wants to lose money in cars. So that's why people are going against buying new cars.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing brand new 296s and things like that on the market that they can't sell. That's because people are going out and buying F8s and Pistas and
Ferrari are sneaky as well. They have a lot more cars unsold sitting around, and Ferrari, what the other manufacturers don't do, and perhaps they should do, they control how many cars they can list for sale. So you can't actually tell how many unsold 296s there are around the place just by going on Auto Trade and having a little skim. Maserati, that's fun viewing.
Yeah.
On Auto Trader. Oh, Joe Achilles was having a right go the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, plotting the price trajectory of a Gran Turismo, whatever they are. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, those MC20s are pretty good value.
They're amazing. Yeah.
I've never driven one, but they look awesome.
They drive amazing. They sound good.
Yeah.
They look amazing. I think they're relatively well built.
Yeah.
I think the paint fell off the early ones, but I think they sorted that out. But then paint falls off.
Anything.
A lot of cars brand new now these days. Apparently that's just seen as acceptable with supercars. Ferrari, McLaren.
Price goes up, quality goes down.
That's the
I
way.
did see a thing. Do you see that new Alpine that they've just released? It's 275 grand.
I mean, how many do you get for that?
Yeah,
Did you just get one?
Yeah. And there was this guy listing the cars you can get instead of that. And I mean, it is just ridiculous.
You could have one of these and a 997 GT3
Yeah.
for the price of that new Alpine.
Or this and a 675 LT. Or, you know.
That's how.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've been smoking at Alpine. I love the brand. I think they're cool.
I think it's funny that they've even got the balls to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, you've got to rate the fact that they've even done it in the first place. Hats off. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I think I'm nearly out of battery, but thank you very much for letting me drive this.
Pleasure.
I think we're going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching.
Wallop.
There we go. Bye, Bollard. See ya.
She's a roller coaster.